Hey everybody, what is going on today? Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to go over what types of stadiums you should be using if you're using directional hitting in MLB The Show 21, because the stadiums are going to be a little bit different, and you're going to want to use a different type of ballpark for you to be more successful with directional hitting. So y'all do me a favor, as always, to make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, man, subscribe. And yeah, we're going to go over them right quick. So there's going to be two stadiums for each. There's going to be two stadiums for the classic ballparks, two stadiums for the major league ballparks, and two minor league stadiums we're going to go over. And then I'm also going to give you guys a created stadium that I made myself that is a great directional ballpark. It's called Directional Field, and I'll show you guys what it looks like here at the end of the video. So if you're on next gen consoles, you can go and download it. But let's go ahead and check out the stadiums that I recommend for directional hitting. All right, so there's two classic stadiums that I recommend, and the first one is going to be Griffith Stadium right here, all right? So this one's kind of a quirky old classic ballpark. If you notice in left field over here on the left side where I'm at, actually, let me move the camera here. We're going to move it down here in the bottom, so just out of the way. There we go. All right, so if you notice out in left field is a very long distance out there. I believe it's over 400 feet actually to the left field corner as you go all the way down here at Griffith. Out in center field, that wall, it extends quite a ways, but it is a straight wall. But if you notice the shape of the field, it's actually kind of catty-cornered in there a little bit. The ballpark is, so it's actually a really deep center field. And then if you notice the niche out there where the bullpen is located out in center field, or right center a little bit, there's actually a very big spot for like inside the park home runs and triples. But it's not like polo where you have to worry about the short porch home runs too terribly bad. To right field, it does have a bit of a shorter porch, but it is a tall wall. It's going to be like a green monster out there, and it's a little bit further of a distance than the green monster is. So it's going to knock down balls. And one of the reasons that you like to play with different ballparks with directional hitting is because you're hitting more balls in the gaps. You're keeping the ball on the ground more. You're making things happen situationally, and you're trying to keep your opponent from being able to hit those home runs because they're probably playing with zone. So if you use a little bit bigger of a ballpark, that's key, all right? So the second classic stadium that I want to show you guys for directional hitting is Forbes Field, all right? Forbes Field, do not play it in the daytime. You won't be able to see the pitch coming in. Only play it at night. It's not going to just hurt your opponent, it'll hurt you too. So don't try to be cheesy with that, all right? But Forbes Field is a great directional field. It is big to all parts of the field, especially down the right field line and out towards dead center field. In that left center field gap where you can see the walls come to a corner out there. Now down left field, it's going to be a little bit shorter, but it's still a good distance. You've got this is the largest field of full playing surface that you can play at in all of MLB The Show. So this is probably the best overall stadium. I made World Series here a bunch of times with directional playing at Forbes Field, and a lot of people hate it. So it just kind of frustrates your opponent going to a game, and you've already kind of got the upper hand because you're already in their head. So let's take a look at a couple of the major league ballparks though real quick. All right, so the first one of my two major league ballparks that I want to show you guys is going to be Oracle Park here. It's the Giants ballpark in San Francisco. Now, the right field, you're probably thinking, oh man, McCovey Cove over there, like that's kind of a haven for home run balls. It is a little bit, but you got a lot of strong right-handed hitting hitters in the game right now that hit righties very well, and you've got a big left field, and you've got a big rest of the field, in all honesty, except for that spot right there in right field with the short porch. But you've got a nice coverage of field out there. You've got triples alley out there in right center. So poking balls in the gaps here is going to get you 3 bags. Pretty easy, all right? So that's my first one there for Major League Parks. My second one for Major League Parks here, let me go a little bit further on down here. I got to go back just a little bit. There it is right there. It's going to be Tiger Stadium here, Comerica Park here for the Detroit Tigers. I think this is the largest, maybe overall stadium in Major League Baseball right now. From foul pole to foul pole, 345 to 330 with I believe it's 415 or 420 in dead center. So you're gonna have a big field for this one. Pretty much the alleys are both like triples alley at this one, all right. And you're gonna have to get a ball up pretty good in the air to get a home run. So you're gonna keep those zone guys from being able to get those home runs for you. And like I said, again, that's the big key. You know, with directional, you're playing a little bit different of a style of play. You're maybe not playing home run derby baseball like zone can tend to be sometimes. You've got to play that situational style, work the balls in the gaps, hit and run, just kind of hit behind the runner, doing those little things that you can kind of use a field to your advantage. So that's one of the things you're trying to do here with larger fields for directional. So let's take a look at a couple of minor league stadiums real quick, and then we'll check out that awesome created stadium that you guys can go download in the vault that I made here for you guys called Directional Field. All right, now the first one of the minor league stadiums is going to be Barnes Canyon Ballpark here, and these are going to be kind of funny because they're almost identical. All right, and you guys probably know which the second one's going to be, but trust me, stick around for that created stadium because it's pretty cool, man. We spent some time on it and made it custom for y'all. So all right, so Barnes Canyon is the first one, and I think they changed them a little bit this year, so they're not 100% identical to the other one. But it's 420 in dead center. You've got big gaps down the sides. The thing you have to watch out with this one is the elevation is kind of high here, and at the other one that I'm going to show you. Let me just go ahead and get to it real quick because you'll see what I'm talking about. They're almost identical. It's Laughing Mountain Park. The actual layout of the stadium is pretty identical. 420. It's got kind of the same signage out in left field, and the bullpen areas are the same. Just the backdrop is a little bit different. So the elevation is going to be a little bit higher here. So this one's going to be better for zone. So I would almost actually recommend if you're going to pick one of these two to go back here to Barnes Canyon and play it. It's going to play a little bit better just because the elevation is a little bit lower. And if you're ever curious what the elevation is at a stadium that you're playing at, you can't see it in here before you go to a game. But if you hit pause in your pause menu and go over to your game log and look at your game log in your stats tab during a game, it'll actually pull it up and it'll show you at the very bottom what the elevation is of the stadium. And elevation does matter. It does matter, and it does affect gameplay and the ball. So don't let anybody tell you that it doesn't. But all right, so these are these three stadiums here. Let's take a look real quick at my classic or my created stadium that we made for this one. We took over here. It's Directional Park, and we're gonna go in and take a look at it real quick, and I'll show you all of the little quirks within the stadium. All right, you guys. So here it is, Directional Park. Right here in Anywhere USA. I didn't really put where it is, but you guys can't see the title. It's Directional Park down there in the bottom, and we'll put it in the description as well, obviously, so you guys can go look it up if you want in the vault and download it to play at if you are on a next-gen console. But here it is, and it's a little bit quirky. You guys can see it's kind of cool. We got some interesting stuff in it, but it's a large field, and it'll play really well for directional. We actually used it in the directional video that I made yesterday on the channel. And posted on there where we went online and ranked seasons and racked up a victory too. So you guys check that out. But we snuck a victory out, I guess. But pretty cool stuff. So down the left field line in this one, it's going to be 340 feet down the left field line. To right field, it's going to be 330 feet. To dead center, we're going to be 415 on this one. All right. So, but look at the above view on this. We've got kind of a quirky view here. And there's this little like triples niche where if the ball gets stuck out here, man, it'll rattle around. And you can run for days. Even if you hit one out here that gets past the center fielder over the center fielder's head, these corners out here to right and left center are pretty deep, and if the ball hits the wall just right and kind of rolls to the corner, it'll help you out quite a bit. I just kind of added this little quirky spot here for people to sit out here in the stands and the bleachers out here in these little windows, I guess. But it's a really cool stadium, man. The elevation on this one is not high. I leave the elevation in all my stadiums at 22 feet, just Big Tom K22. Why not? So pretty cool. We got big Rex down there. It's Big T Rex from Big T Field, my other ballpark that we made. So we had to put him down here in the corner in right field. But pretty cool stuff, man. So you guys check this out if you are interested in playing here at this one. And let me know what you think of it in the comments. And hope this video helps you guys out if you're looking for ballparks to play at that play just a little bit better for directional style play than they do for zone. I guarantee you play at some of these and you'll notice a little bit of difference in your gameplay. Probably able to score a little bit more runs and hold the other team, to a little bit less runs too. So it's always a plus, man. It's kind of how you win games, right? So you guys do me a favor, though. As always, man, make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel, man. Subscribe. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks. Peace.